I work shift work. I go to work every day, and I drive down the highway, and I talk to my son sitting beside me. I say to him, "Been a tough day there, son. You know, very tough." And I tell him how I feel. That's what I do. I've never told her that. I feel him sitting there beside me. That's the faith.
About 12:40, I got a phone call. It's my daughter-in-law. And she's crying and she says, Mom, there's been a horrible accident. Michael's gone. And that's how I found out.
On May 22, 2014, a young father and oil industry salesman named Michael Bunz came to this facility behind me in southeastern Saskatchewan. Inside, he inhaled deadly H2S gas and died within minutes. His death came after 2 years of internal discussion between the government and industry over whether to tell the public about their growing concerns over the deadly gas.
Michael died needlessly. He didn't need to die at work. It was the company's failure to protect him. That's the upsetting part. And what about other people out there?
The process of bringing oil out of the ground, it doesn't come out as crude. It's an emulsion of water and sand and salt water. Those materials then are usually stored on site in a tank battery. We have witnessed some tank batteries that are volatilizing. People can smell the rotten egg smell, which is associated with hydrogen sulfide. That's something we've smelled as well. So that's certainly a nuisance, and at high concentrations can certainly induce health effects.
I jumped out of the truck and then I pulled the hose off and was hit with H2S. You know, it's my fault. I panicked and I remember getting in my truck and I drove halfway down the lease, and that's when I lost all peripheral vision. It's kind of weird, everything goes like bright white on the sides and it's kind of like sparkly. You could slowly start feeling my lungs kind of like feeling tighter, and I eventually lost my voice for, I think it was about probably 3 weeks to a month before I could learn how to speak again. You know, all the gas is built up inside those tanks. You can get it even from septic tanks or sewage or having things like that. H2S is everywhere. It's just a matter of knowing about it. It's not just oil field.
The amount of H2S present there that day was 4%, which is 40,000 parts per million. So at least 1,000 parts per million, you're probably already passed away.
I've seen the valves inside, and I know what they look like. And, you know, all this gas shooting out, my son laying behind these pipes and he can't move because he's jammed in there. But he's already gone anyway, I guess.
Basically, on the cellular level, you suffocate, yes.
H2S, whatever it is that causes this challenge for me, what happens is I will be driving and all of a sudden my voice just goes. Having that happen when you go past the flare and then you have tightness in your chest and you lose your voice, and that lasts for lengths of time.
Yeah, I would say maybe 1 in 5 of the facilities that we've assessed thus far have had some indications of incomplete combustion, so some black smoke.
I've seen a similar amount of flaring in Texas, where there is a high density of oil and gas production.
When it's a very specific thing that affects you, that's something you have some control over. And so I had control over whether I was here or not. And it's challenging to leave home, to try to support your body. I was away for 17 months. And I am very grateful to those who in the neighborhood did start to be more vocal about what was going on. It's not about making anybody an enemy, it's about paying attention to our air and our water. And I hope that maybe as we become aware, we can look at these things with a wide view, and people won't have to be challenged in such a deep way.
Anyone who lives in a community where we have this, I think we should be aware of what the effects are, what to do if we smell it, where to go. That's a role that our government can play.
But we've heard nothing from anybody. We've heard nothing from government. We've heard nothing from Champion Chemicals. We've heard nothing from NALCO. We've heard nothing from anybody. Nobody.
I mean, they provided flowers for the funeral, and that's about all we heard from the company. It's very disappointing that the government did not take a stand. Finding peace is when that trial starts. We're going to be in the courtroom. We just want this company held accountable. I just hope someday we see the end of this. We'll never forget our son, and his daughters will never get over it. I think they're afraid they're going to forget their daddy. But that'll be our job. Make sure that they never forget him.